Betrayal can come from the ones we trust most, and when it does, the consequences can lead to unexpected revelations and a thirst for revenge. This is the story of Samantha, a woman whose life spiraled into chaos after she discovered her husband's shocking betrayal. Little did they know, the path to revenge would unearth buried secrets and change their lives forever. Samantha had always envisioned a fairy tale life with her husband, Jake. They had a beautiful home, a circle of friends, and a bright future ahead. But as the saying goes, things aren't always as they seem. Beneath the surface of their perfect life lay a hidden world of deceit that would soon come crashing down. It started on an ordinary Tuesday morning. Samantha noticed that Jake had been acting strangely, often disappearing for long stretches. Initially, she brushed it off as work-related stress. Jake was a dedicated real estate agent. However, a nagging feeling began to grow in the pit of her stomach. Was he hiding something? Her suspicions deepened when she found an unfamiliar perfume scent lingering on his clothes. It wasn't Samantha's fragrance, it was something sweet and floral. She confronted Jake about it, but he dismissed her concerns with a wave of his hand, claiming it was just a client. She wanted to believe him, but the doubt gnawed at her. One fateful evening, Samantha decided to take matters into her own hands. She carefully examined Jake's phone while he was in the shower. What she discovered shattered her heart, a string of flirtatious messages exchanged with another woman named Rebecca. They were planning secret meetups, discussing intimate details, and laughing about inside jokes. The betrayal cut deeper than any knife could. Filled with a mix of anger and sorrow, Samantha felt her world collapse. But rather than confront Jake immediately, she chose to strategize. Revenge began to brew within her as she plotted her next move. Instead of acting rashly, she would gather evidence and expose Jake for the deceitful husband he truly was. Samantha spent the next few weeks observing Jake closely. She noted his routines, his late nights at work, and the lies he told to cover his tracks. Each revelation only fueled her desire for revenge. She documented everything meticulously, determined to catch him in the act. As the days turned into weeks, Samantha also reached out to Rebecca, the woman who had stolen her husband's affection. In a surprising turn, Rebecca agreed to meet with Samantha. Samantha was torn between anger and curiosity. What kind of person would betray another woman like this? Their meeting took place in a quaint cafe, where the aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air. Samantha was nervous but resolute. She presented herself as a calm and collected woman, eager to uncover the truth. To her astonishment, Rebecca revealed that she had no idea Jake was married. She believed he was a single man who had wooed her with charm and sweet words. Feeling a flicker of sympathy for Rebecca, Samantha decided not to lash out. Instead, she formulated a new plan. She would use this information to expose Jake's lies. If Rebecca was indeed unaware of Jake's true life, then the truth would serve as her weapon. As Samantha continued her investigation, she learned that Jake had been spending more time with Rebecca than he had initially disclosed. They shared weekends together, and the closer Samantha got to the truth, the more vindicated she felt. Each piece of evidence was like a puzzle falling into place, revealing Jake's double life. The day of reckoning arrived. Samantha invited Jake out for dinner, pretending to celebrate a recent promotion at work. She donned her best dress, hoping to mask the turmoil brewing within her. As they sat down at their favorite restaurant, Samantha feigned happiness, keeping the conversation light. Jake seemed oblivious, chatting about his day and complimenting her new hairstyle. As dessert was served, Samantha decided it was time to confront him. She pulled out her phone and showed him the messages, the photos, and the evidence of his infidelity. Jake's face paled, and for the first time, he seemed genuinely at a loss for words. The charming facade he had worn for so long crumbled in an instant. "I'm sorry," he stammered, but Samantha didn't want to hear any excuses. The anger inside her had transformed into a cold resolve. She had everything she needed to bring his betrayal to light. With her heart racing, Samantha stood up, gathering her belongings. She had a new plan, one that would ensure Jake faced the consequences of his actions. Over the next few weeks, she meticulously crafted a detailed email that included all the evidence she had collected. She addressed it to their friend's family, and even his boss, exposing the true Jake behind the mask of a loving husband. The fallout was swift and unforgiving. Friends who had once praised Jake for his charm turned against him. Family members were shocked to learn of his betrayal. Even his boss called him in for a meeting, putting his job at risk. The man who had it all suddenly found himself isolated and alone. Meanwhile, Samantha felt an unexpected sense of liberation. The weight of betrayal had been lifted, and she could finally breathe again. As she witnessed Jake's downfall, a sense of satisfaction washed over her. She had taken control of her narrative and refused to be a victim. As time passed, Samantha began to rebuild her life. She focused on herself, rediscovering passions she had neglected while in her marriage. She took up painting, poured herself into her work, and reconnected with old friends. Slowly but surely, she transformed her heartbreak into strength. One day, while cleaning out the garage, Samantha stumbled upon a box of memories from her time with Jake. She hesitated, the memories flooding back. But rather than dwell on the pain, she decided to let go. She took the box outside and set it ablaze, watching as the flames consumed the remnants of her past. It was a symbolic act of closure, a way to embrace her new life. In the months that followed, Jake tried to reach out. He sent countless texts, begging for forgiveness and attempting to explain his actions. But Samantha was firm in her decision to move on. The woman she had become was stronger and wiser than the one he had once known. As she closed the chapter on her marriage, Samantha realized that betrayal, while painful, had also been a catalyst for her personal growth. She had discovered her strength and resilience, proving that revenge could lead to empowerment rather than destruction. With newfound confidence, she stepped into a future filled with possibilities, ready to embrace whatever life had in store. And as for Jake, he learned the hard way that deceit comes at a price. In the end, it was Samantha who emerged victorious, not just in revenge but in reclaiming her life.